NovaMusic.com.
Hi, I'm Ben Davis, Product Specialist for Focusrite Innovation here in the U.S. I'm here at Nova Music in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're going to take a few minutes and talk about a new product that we have from Focusrite. It's the Focusrite Saffire Pro 24 DSP. It's got virtual reference monitoring built into the software. So let's take a quick look at the hardware features, and then we'll take a look at the fantastic software interface as well. On the front, we've got two award-winning Focusrite mic pre's. We have our two gain controls. We have 48-volt phantom power. We have 4 5-stage LED input monitoring. We have monitor volume with dim and mute. And unlike many other FireWire interfaces in this segment, we have actually 2 independent headphone monitoring options as well. Here we've got our SPDIF in and out. We've got our power switch. You can notice that we have the option for running a power supply with this, but this does run bus powered off of your MacBook Pro or your PC that you're using for your session. We've got MIDI in and out. We've got optical in, and of course we have our analog outs for a total of 8 in, 16 out monitoring. Now let's take a look at the software. The entire Saffire family shipped with a new mix control software. Our redesigned GUI gives you lots of information about your session. It gives you multiple mixes, gives you the ability to monitor your inputs and your outputs, as well as your loopback. And down here we also have input effects giving you compression and EQ for your tracking. That's very nice to have in your mix control software window. But the best part about the Saffire Pro 24 DSP would be the virtual reference monitoring. Let me take just a moment and explain to you what virtual reference monitoring is. Imagine, if you will, the ability to check your mix on a variety of speakers in a variety of rooms without ever leaving your mixing position. That's fantastic. We're the first company to offer this. We've used a combination of mathematical and convolution sampling to give you a variety of speakers in a variety of listening environments from a variety of listening positions. So never before have you been able to check your mix on 10 different speakers from one listening position. This allows you to get a very accurate representation of how your mix is going to sound, whether it's going to be in a living room, a bedroom, or someone's car, whatever. This is a great way that engineers always try to make sure that their mixes sound great in a variety of different environments. The other nice thing about this is how many of us can afford more than 1 or 2 sets of speakers, much less 10 or more. So you now have the ability to check your mix in a reference mode on something like a little Oratone all the way up to an emulation of a Genelec speaker. This is a fantastic tool for making sure that your mix is dialed in before you take it out and finalize your mix. So let's take a closer look at the virtual reference monitoring section of the mix control window. So here we're looking at our virtual reference monitoring window. You can see here that I can choose my listening environment. I can choose the studio, I can choose a living room, and I can choose your typical bedroom studio. Then if we look over here to the right, I can choose different listening positions. This is a good way to check if you have phase issues in your mix. And then over here, I can select from my selection of speakers that you would typically find in a bedroom studio. And again, this would go back the same thing for the professional studio. You could see that I have a different selection of speakers. And if I go back to the living room, I have a different selection of hi-fi speakers to choose from as well. And then if I want to know exactly what my listening position is or any other details about my setup, I can simply go over here and this will tell me exactly where I'm sitting, my X, my Y offset, my angle, my distance from the speakers, etc. So very useful information. So again, the concept is to be able to check your mix against a variety of different speakers in a variety of different listening environments. This is very useful and it really helps you dial in a mix. So that's the Focusrite Saffire Pro 24 DSP with virtual reference monitoring. It ships bundled with our Excite Pack, which includes a great version of Ableton Live Lite with a fantastic upgrade path, which makes it very affordable to get the full version, as well as a 1.5 gigs of royalty-free loops and samples. It also ships with a full suite of plugins developed by Focusrite, including compression, EQ, noise gate, etc., for VST and audio units. So feel free to call Nova Music, and they'll be able to set you up with a great deal on the Focusrite Saffire Pro 24 DSP. Thanks for watching.